with my co-host Levi. Today is Monday and we are going to go over some of the mods I've done and do the Monday Mod Showcase. Up first we have the Rival TS. Now it's got internals from an Adventure Force Titanium. So you just drop some rounds down in that, and that's how that works. I believe this one will hold 30 to 40 rounds in the internal hopper, which takes up most of the space up here, and it's a good time. This is the Reaper, I call it. It's not really too much going on with it except for the hopper that I modified. I took the adapter off the existing one and put it on a paintball hopper. I had to bore out the hole in the paintball hopper a little because those are a little smaller than Rival rounds. I should note I did swap out the grip from a Powerball to put on it. I like the vertical grip more than the horizontal grip. Alright, now we got my Alpha Trooper. This one is the original yellow and black shell, but I used an AccuTrooper and swapped out the front grip. It's got the barrel adapter now on the front. It's got the blaster parts upgrade kit, the spring, the priming rod, and everything you can possibly do to an Alpha Trooper, this has done to it. Okay, up next, we have the Demolisher. As far as the electronics go in this Demolisher, they remain stock. But what I have done with it is I've taken out the rocket launcher and put the modulus 4 mega barrel adapter in there that works exactly the same way. So here is the piece I took the top barrel off of, took all the internals out of, and I just built one of these inside this. It's not the most complicated mod I've ever done, but I don't see too many of these grenades in use. No one around here locally seems to have any that haven't been eaten or chewed up by their pets. So this will give me a lot more use than that will. Alright, this one is the Hydro Cannon. There's not much that looks different about it at first on the outside. But if you look at the front, you'll notice the water barrel is missing, and it's now a Powerball. My blue Powerball I used all summer. I took it apart and I built it inside here. The ammo, you would just unscrew the water cap. You put your Rival rounds in here. Screw it back on. And there's a tube inside there, so when you tip it forward, the ammo now this isn't the most effective design, unfortunately, because I wanted to keep it as aesthetically the same on the outside originally as I could. But you can get a couple shots off before you have to lower the barrel to reload it. Still, it's rather fun, intimidating looking. It's got that whole rocket launcher look to it, and this is one of my favorite mods that I did that didn't take me too long. Alright, up next we've got the Tactical Reflex. Now this is just one of the stupider things I got bored and decided to do. It's a reflex. That's it. It's just a reflex. I put a stock adapter on it. Of course, it does come with the top accessory rail. And then there's the front barrel adapter now, so if you want to look like the coolest guy in the Jolt round, I guess. Okay, next we got some big shocks. Now this was my first one I did. And this was also my first attempt at messing around with a brass barrel. This one's not too bad. It's stock except for the barrel. But I knew I could do better, so that's when I built this one. Now this one, you'll see the barrel doesn't stick out the front. It's still brassed. It has a piece of K26 spring in there. It's got a dart holder on top. And this one is one of my favorites. I filled as much dead space inside the unit as I possibly could. It's got PVC around this barrel, so it just keeps it perfectly in the middle. This one goes to every war with me. This was a mod I did over 10 years ago, I believe. This one has been around for a while. This is a purple big bad bow that I integrated. They're like these little keychain blasters you'd pump up and push the button and they'd shoot a dart. I got 2 of those integrated into the top. And then your standard, just this thing is falling apart all sorts of ways. Now I see a lot of people like to talk about master keys, and this is ugly, it's hideous. This will shoot 2 elite darts at once. If you open that channel, you close that channel and open this one, you've got 5 mega darts. And in testing, this actually has worked like I intended it for. And I've used it in a war or 2, and it's not the most effective, but it's fun. How often do you see something that looks like this running at you? Everyone's all usually obsessed with symmetry and things that look nice. I just wanted to see if this would work, and it did. This is one of my proudest achievements here. This is the XBZ launch shot. What we have here is a launch shot with a Hornet air pump on the front of it and an XBZ air tank inside. When you pull it back, you can take the mag out, of course. You can put the, I'm going to put just 1 dart in here. Now, pulling this system forward does not activate the blaster at all. All that mechanism has been taken out. What we're going to do now is we're going to pump it up. Now, this trigger is going to hit the button for the XBZ, and that's how that works. These are what I would call standard mods. I guess these are not mods I came up with, but I have the 8-barrel hammer shot with the Gavin Fuzzy 8-barrel cylinder, and that just rules. 8 shots instead of 5. Here's my Chronos, and I've cut the hole for speed loading, and I've got the T-pull, and it's got the K26 spring. This is Marshmallow Extreme Blaster. You load the dart, pull it back. You can hear that's got a lot of pressure behind it. And this is probably the most dangerous blaster in the arsenal. And I should also state that this is the most accurate blaster and the most powerful blaster in the arsenal. And it only cost me $4 to make. This is my pump action Magnus. It has capacity to hold 10 rounds, but it seems to work a lot better holding 9. The magazine is not removable. It's simply, I use 2 Centurion magazines. There's parts of another one inside it to extend that internal capacity. This is the grip from a Battle Scout, which is an otherwise useless blaster. Fun. I'm going to give an honorable mention to this mod here. Like I was mentioning the other day, I like to take those assembler sets and I put the adapter on them so I can put them on normal blasters. It's just a fun, different barrel attachment. Alright, our last mod today is Demagnicade. A Demolisher, a Magnus, a Barricade. This is hideous, I know. Got the on-off switch. This one's running off 3S. It's got 2 Rhino motors in it. It was not easy figuring out how to make this mechanism still work. Most ridiculous engineering challenges I've had so far. But as you can see, it all worked out in the end. Alright, girl, let's go upstairs.